It is Hawaiian night here at the JUCO World Series. Aloha, everybody. Going to be looking at this kind of off and on through the rest of the day, but probably more on than off here for most of us. Very wintry morning here for us, and it is beautiful, but maybe not so much if you do have to drive in it this morning. A lot of lightning with this storm, and we're going to focus in on the southern end of this first because we do actually have a severe thunderstorm warning with this storm here closing in on Nucla and Natarita right now. Fairly foggy out here. Things have gotten a little bit better over the last hour or two, but you can still see behind me that visibility is still reduced out there for us this morning. So you do want to take it easy on the road, but it's going to be early morning where we might have the most interest in that sky cover because we do have a lunar eclipse happening early tomorrow morning. This is going to be, of course, before sunrise. Partial eclipse starts at 3:44 in the morning.
Hopefully some good weather where they're taking off. Hopefully it's going to go well. Some good weather that we're also seeing here on the western slope.
Yeah, definitely been a very quiet stretch here, and we're probably going to keep that going here for a little while too. That being said, there are going to be some changes a little further on down the road here for us. Right now, though, the only change is in our temperature. We're a little bit cooler here this morning. We're checking in at 56 in Grand Junction right now. Yesterday, we were in the mid-60s at this time, so our temperatures are dropping off, and the main reason for that, as you can see on the Alpine Bank camera, clear skies out there right now. Last couple of mornings we had some cloud cover that kept us a little bit warmer. Those clouds basically just act like a blanket to keep us warm at night, just like when you throw an extra blanket on the bed before you go to sleep. That keeps you warm at night. You lose the blanket, you're going to be cooler, and that's what happens when we lose the cloud cover. We're cooler, and that's where we're at right now. Those temperatures dropping off a little bit more, but if you still like the warmth, don't worry. We're going to keep things clear during the day too, so that sunshine is going to help us warm right back up just like we did yesterday, maybe even a little bit more. We're talking mid to upper 80s. Could make a run towards 90 in a few spots. Average high 82, we're going to be above that pretty easily. We will see the winds pick up a little bit. Not as much today, but I think tomorrow and Friday going to have to watch things a little more closely. We do already have fire weather watches in effect for tomorrow for Mesa County and areas off to the north. This is for tomorrow afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 40 miles an hour, and we're going to keep things dry out there too. So fire weather will be a concern there, and we'll probably be watching that pretty closely on Friday too. Then we turn our attention to next week. Finally going to get a little taste of fall. This is what we've been looking at here over the past several days. We've been warm here. We're going to take this forward over the next week, though, and you can see how that warmer air works its way out. And a little area of cooler air coming in from Canada going to be working its way in. This is probably by about Tuesday of next week when we're really going to feel that first little taste of fall here for us. It's not going to be something that lasts forever. This will eventually move out, but we're still going to be, again, getting that little taste of it here a little further on down the road. Not today, though. We're clear right now. High pressure is still in control, and that's going to keep us clear. It's going to keep us warm. And this is really going to dominate for the next several days, too. We'll stay clear today. Futurecast, again, not showing much of anything here today, so we can step through that pretty quickly. Tomorrow, not going to be a whole lot to see either. We're going to keep things mostly clear. Maybe a few more clouds building in the afternoon, but it's going to be too dry to see any rain from these. Again, we will be watching the winds pick up tomorrow afternoon, too. Temperature is going to stay warm. 87 today in Rifle, 88 in Parachute, 85 in Colburn. We'll go 92 in Delta, 90 in Olathe, 87 in Montrose, right around 90 in the Grand Valley, 91 in Fruita, 90 in Grand Junction. We'll stay warm through the rest of the week. Could see a few showers and storms as we go towards the weekend. We're not going to rule it out on Saturday. Best chance would be late in the day Saturday. I think most of those will stay in the mountains, but we could see a few work into the valleys later on. Most of us still staying dry, though, through the weekend into next week. Also cooling off. Look at that by Tuesday in Montrose, high of 69 degrees. Another look at the forecast coming up in just a little bit. We'll have your top stories coming up on Daybreak in just a few minutes. Keep it here. Welcome back. Rain has been falling all day across parts of western Colorado, so we will get right to the radar here again this afternoon to show you exactly what's going on. And we're going to start off with a little bit of good news. Mentioned that severe thunderstorm warning a little bit ago down towards Nucla. That storm has passed through and the warning has been expired. So no more danger from that. That does continue to make its way off to the northeast up over the Uncompahgre. But again, that storm has weakened a little bit and not as much of a threat at least right now. We are watching some heavier rain move through the Grand Valley, though, as we speak, pushing through Grand Junction, going out towards Clifton and Palisade. This storm continues to make its way off to the northeast as well. Some lightning and thunder. You've probably been hearing it over the past half hour or so if you're in the Grand Valley. And we could see some ponding on the area roadways around here, too, in some of those lower lying areas, especially where that rain has been a little bit heavier. Again, starting to quiet things down now a little bit more out towards Fruita, but still seeing some of that moderate to heavier rainfall through Grand Junction, going out towards Clifton, Palisade, and pushing further off to the north and east. Now going out towards the Glenwood Springs area, of course, one of those areas we're watching very closely because of the Grizzly Creek burn scar. Things are a little bit quieter there right now. We have seen some heavier rain earlier today, but so far so good in terms of keeping any mudslides away. We have not had any reports of those on I-70 just yet. I-70 still closed as a precaution, and I expect it will be here through the rest of the day today because look at all of the moisture that we still have off to our southwest. This still is going to be making its way through here throughout the day today. So we're not done with the rain just yet, no matter where you're at. We were still talking about that here throughout the day today. Biggest threat with that is going to be the flooding potential. Going to be talking about that here throughout the day today. We do have flash flood watches in effect for all of the areas shaded in green here until midnight tonight. Again, heavy rain likely with some of these stronger storms, and we will be talking about that chance for isolated road closures as well. Again, I-70 already closed through Glenwood Canyon. Fortunately, though, no mudslides reported just yet, but again, there's still plenty of time in the day where that could change. We're fingers crossed that it won't, but we are still going to be talking about some of that rain moving through that area later on today. And again, all of us still talking about that rain potential through the rest of the day today before we do clear things out, probably after midnight tonight. That's when we start to get some of that clearing in here and that rain moves out of here. Could even be talking about a little bit of light snow over some of our higher peaks out towards the Continental Divide. Later on overnight tonight, could see a dusting of snow, maybe up above about 13,000 feet. We won't be talking about any problems on the roads with that, but could wake up to that dusting over the high peaks out there by tomorrow morning. We'll be clear tomorrow, and we should stay clear again moving forward. Not expecting that to change going into the weekend. Once we get past today, pretty smooth sailing. Still talking about that rain in the Grand Valley today, though. 70 in Grand Junction, the high, and that might even be pushing it. We're going to have to get a little clearing in here to warm things up just a little bit. I think we can do that, but we're still going to be talking more rain too. 76 tomorrow as we do clear out. We're back up into the 80s going into the weekend. Should stay clear through the weekend. Montrose, we're going to go 73 today. Again, that might even be pushing it, but I think you may be able to get in just enough clearing to push those temperatures up into the low 70s. 75 tomorrow with more sunshine, and we should be back into the 80s for the weekend.